And so, Alex, you've talked about, the Alex cut of what you would keep
what
and what
is
you
the
wouldn't
Alex
keep.
cut?
So, I'm curious for the Two Towers, what are the things from extended you think are necessary? What things would you want to cut out?
Yeah, I think I still stand by my desire for an Alex cut because, none of the Fellowship of the Ring comes the closest, as I mentioned last time, to where I would pretty much be fine leaving in everything from the extended edition. There's probably a couple scenes I would take out personally, but for the most part, it was working for me. Two Towers, I think there are a lot of scenes, especially in the first half, that do change the pacing for me in a way that I think makes the movie suffer. Like I watched the theatrical again after watching the extended, and the pace in theatrical is great. Like you feel like you're off to the races of these, different storylines were intercutting, and it just moves along at a great clip. And there's a lot of just little moments like orcs kind of bickering more for a while with Merry and Pippin, and more like kind of weird, awkward Treebeard scenes and things that don't really add anything and just kind of prevent a sense of momentum from developing. So I really appreciate the theatrical pacing of the first half of the film. But then as the film goes on, there are character moments that I think are really crucial that are missing. There's some stuff with Aragorn and Eowyn that I think is really nice in the extended. The scene where he frees the horse, Brago, he kind of calms down this horse and frees him from the stables. That's the horse that comes upon him at the riverbank and picks him up. Which, if you're watching the theatrical cut, he goes over the hill like with no horse, like on a warg. So like whose horse is this? What horse? Like where did this horse come from? It means a lot more when you've seen him kind of like talk Elvish to this other horse and develop a bond with it. And then you have the Faramir stuff, which I think honestly his character is totally incomplete without these additional scenes, particularly the flashback sequence. But there's even some smaller moments when it's a little cheesy, but when he has that little almost poetic thought about the fallen soldier, that establishes Faramir as this interesting three-dimensional character. He has some ambivalence about war. He's kind of a more sensitive type. He's not, Boromir. He's different. And in the theatrical cut, all you get are the parts of him kind of just being a dick. Like he's
totally, he's
basically like just a dick in the theatrical cut. He automatically is like, bind them, take them when he runs into Frodo. Whereas in the extended, there actually is an exchange for a moment. They speak for a while. All you see is him getting Gollum and kicking him and like abusing him. And then at the end, he kind of does this sudden 180 and he's like, never mind, like I understand you now, Frodo Baggins, you can go. And there's so many pieces that are missing that it doesn't really feel like a real character. It just feels like this guy who's here to be an impediment to Frodo for some reason and then lets him go for some reason. And I remember it actually really bothered me watching it in theaters for the first time because I had read the books at that point. When I saw Fellowship, I just read The Hobbit, but between Fellowship and Two Towers, I read the whole trilogy. And I knew Two Towers didn't have this kind of whole detour to Osgiliath. That's not in the books. Like it doesn't get that far with Faramir. That's all kind of invented just to kind of give Frodo a climax in this book because they saved the actual climax for Frodo in Two Towers for Return of the King. The whole Shelob the Spider sequence is in Two Towers in the book. So they pushed all that to Return of the King and had to kind of invent some kind of a climactic moment. And so the Faramir of the book actually, he changes his tune pretty quickly. I think he is tempted by the ring momentarily, but he reveals he is not his brother. He is different. He's more thoughtful. He's able to let the ring go. And I was really annoyed seeing this movie version of him where he's just an a-hole the whole time. It's like, who is this character? What are they doing to him? Yeah. So all that said, I think, in my Alex cut, most of the Faramir stuff would come back.